Hello and welcome in the English lesson. We are going to work with each other with the grammar rules. First, we are going to deal with the parts of speech to know before we enter to the grammar rules inside. We have to know how can we make a sentence. How can we make a sentence from the beginning? So, first of all, as you know, the sentence in English language is not like the Arabic language. In the Arabic language, always we start the sentence with the verb and then we have the subject. For example, حضر محمد. Muhammad is the subject or the name, and here we have the verb. So, as we start it from right to left, so this is the beginning of the sentence. Then you are going to have the doer of the verb. But in English language, as we start from left to right, so we are going to make it like this. Subject plus verb. So we always start with the subject. From the beginning, to know what is the part of speech that I have to start the sentence with it. Let us look at the classification of the sentence. Let us look at the order of the sentence, which must be in English language. So, first, we have what is called noun. The noun is the important part of speech because we always start the sentence with this part of speech. So, you can't find a sentence in English language that starts with a verb. They always start with the noun. Okay, so what is the noun, or how can we replace the noun with another thing? The noun can be a name of someone, Ali, Khalid, Musa, Adam, Layla, Noha, Fatima, or it can be another name for what do we call it, concrete things or animal or anything. For example, the cat, the dog, water, the door, just like this, okay? So we always start it with the noun. The noun can be a name or it can be a pronoun. So what is the pronoun? The pronoun in English, which can be or which can come in the beginning of the sentence, are 7 types of pronouns. They are I, you, we, they, and then we have the group together, which is he, she, it. We have them as group like this. The first one, I, you, we, they, he, she, it. 7 pronouns. So, in English language, you can't start your sentence without any one of these 2 types. It must be a name or it must be pronoun. Both of them we call it noun, and this noun can be subjective. It can be subject or it can be object as general, but it must be a name or a pronoun. You can't start it with a verb or with an adjective. These pronouns that come here in the beginning, they call subjective pronouns, which means they can't be in another place. They can't be they can't be replaced with an object. They can't be there. They must become at the beginning. For example, if you have the pronoun them, you can't put it as a subjective pronoun. You can't put it in the beginning of the sentence. So you have to start the sentence only with these types of pronouns. After that, or after the noun, you're going to have another thing, which is the verb. So, the verb can be one of 2 things. It can be a main verb What do we mean by main verb? The main verb is the verb that includes or contains an action. For example, if I say sleep, you know the action of sleeping. Sit down, stand up, just like this. Drink, eat, run, play. So these are the actions. These actions or these words or verbs that include an action called the main verb, and it comes immediately after the noun or after the subject. Okay, another type of verbs, and this is always make a confusion for the students, which are the helping verbs. We can call them helping verbs, or we can call them the be, the verb to be, which is are, or in the past was and were. These helping verbs or this verb to be always are there because there is no verb in the sentence, or the verb is having another things to do. For example, usually in the present continuous tense, when you put the ing with the verb, that means that the verb is going to deal or to be dealt as another thing, as if it is a noun. So here you have to put the verb to be, the correct one, with the pronoun. Let us take an example for that. Khalid slept. This is full sentence. Contains noun, which is a name of someone, and you have the verb, which is main verb. Why? Because slept here is an action that you can see or an action that you can know. When I say slept, you will go immediately to your mind, ask your mind about this action, and you are going to have it. It is not the same like the verb drink like the verb hunt, like the verb run, like the verb play. Everyone is individual action. So this is a main verb contain an action. Okay, let us change it. I have an adjective here. Khalid is tall. This word is an adjective. It is not a verb. So this sentence doesn't contain a verb. So here I have to put the helping verb is, which is suitable with Khalid. And then my sentence will be complete. Khalid is tall. I put this sentence to describe something or to describe someone. So here I do not need to put an action. So I can't put it just like this. Khalid tall. No, I have to put the suitable verb to be, which is going with this name. As you know, going with I, is going with he, she, it, are going with you, we, they. And was for is in the past, and were in the past of are. So here I have to put the suitable one. As I look at this sentence is complete sentence. So when you do not need an action or a verb for the sentence, you can put the helping verb here to make the sentence correct. Okay. So why do we need to explain this part? Because I always, when I work with the grammar rule, I'm going to play between two things. Between the noun or the subject and between the verb. As the verb is going to express the time of the action, if it is present simple, tense, if it is past simple tense, if it is present perfect, if it is present continuous, if it is in the past, the old past, in the past perfect. So I need the verb to express or to tell the time of the action that happened, and I'm going to need the noun to tell who did or does or do the verb. So here, all my job and all my work of the grammar rule is going to be between these two parts of speech, which is the noun and the verb. So this is the importance of having an idea about dealing with these things. Okay, now let us go to another part of our grammar rules. Okay, as I have the sentence, which is a start with the subject, and as you know, the subject can be a name, a noun, can be a noun which is going to be or divided into name of something or someone, or a pronoun. This is the first thing or the first point. The second point is the verb, which can be the main verb. As it's going to be main verb, that means I'm going to divide it into three parts. Verb 1, which is the present. Verb 2, which is the past. And verb 3, which is the past participle of the verb. As you know, verb 1, which is the present, deals with main grammar rules, like the present simple tense, for example, like the present perfect, for example. Verb 2 always deal with the past, and verb 3, which is past participle, deals with the perfect, all with the passive, with the indirect speech, like this. Okay, type of indirect speech. So this verb is going to be classified into these parts, the three parts: verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. To make sure that you are going to gather all the information about the verbs, you have to know the three categories. So you will find in the back of your book or in the back of any notebook that comes from like a Write, for example, like Al-Mufid, like Al-Murih. You can find any one of them. You will find these three categories. So the important point here is to save these regular verbs, because as you know, the regular verbs always end with ed. The problem always comes with the irregular verbs because there is change inside the word itself. The problem always comes because the students do not know how to classify these words. What is the past of this word? What is the past participle of this word? Some words that can come like visit. This one always ends with ed in the past and with ed in the past participle. It's called the regular verb. So the regular main verbs always like this, no problem with that, as I told you. But look at this one. There is a problem comes here when it is in the past. The e comes from its place and comes in the end. And it's going to be changed again when it is in verb 3. So it will be eaten. Some of them have a button like drink. When you have a word like this, with the letter I in the end, it will be, in the past, it will be like this. It will be changed to A, and it will be changed to U in the third category. But not all of them have this pattern. Because of that, you have to save them by heart because you are going to a high secondary school examination, very big, very important examination. So you have to save the most of these verbs, the regular verbs that you use always. Some of them are seldom be used. Some of them regularly used. So look at them, have a look to them, and always try to save between 2 to 3 verbs from them. If you have the first one, the second one, save the 3 classification of them. That means you are going to have 6 words. If you do that daily, that means in the end, you will have all these verbs in your vocabulary. You will be able to master all the type of grammar rules, because here you know how to change from a category to another category. This is the way that we deal with verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3. This is with the main verb. Okay. We always deal with the main verb for the most of the grammar rules. But sometimes we have something special or something not like the rule. For example, using the present continuous. In the present continuous, you are going to find both of them. You will find the verb to be, and you are going to find the verb itself. But this verb is not free. This verb is connected with ing. This is the first grammar rule that you are going to find both of them together. But regularly, we do not put them together. We put the verb, the main verb, or we put the P verb. So, in the next, inshallah, in the next lesson, we are going to have them one by one, and we will see how can we put these words or these parts of speech, use them in the sentence, deal with them, everyone with its category. See you next, inshallah.